Good morning.
Good evening, Jay.
Okay.
Oh, good evening, Madam Clerk. I trust that the City Council is ready for another exciting public meeting.
Yes, we are. In fact, as soon as you're ready, I'd really like
Are there
to
double packs?
Very
Good evening, Amy. I hope you're doing well.
Good evening, Toby.
As I was saying,
Welcome, John. We're just about to get started.
Good evening, Amy. Sounds great. Looks like we have a big night planned tonight.
Yes, we have a very full agenda for this evening.
yes, we do. In fact, I was thinking we could jump right to the third part of the plan because.
Good evening, Penny. The scooter's in good working order.
Running like a charm. How are you this evening?
Doing great, thank you.
Okay, so back to the agenda.
Oh, look, over there, I believe that is Frank Shaw, the Speaker of the House. Hi, Frank. Could you stand for the residents?
I'll say
Look at that. That is Joan McBride, the former mayor and current representative. Could you please stand for the residents? What are your shoes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Very nice. But I really think we need to get back to the agenda.
Yes, of course, Madam Clerk. I think that we're ready to get started with this festive evening. Could you please call the roll?
Yes. Councilmember Nixon,
Here.
Councilmember Pascal,
Here.
Councilmember Asher,
Present.
Councilmember Sweet, here, Deputy Mayor Arnold,
Here.
and Mayor Ballin.
Here. Excellent. Now, as you know, Councilmember Marchione isn't here tonight because she's off celebrating her many wonderful years of service to the city. Now, let's get started with items for the audience. Do we have anyone signed up to speak?
Yes, Madam Mayor.
State your name.
Hi, I'm Al. Always speaking.
You look a little bit like this.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I'm here from the Save the Gondolas Association, and we want to put gondolas on the Cross Kirkland corridor.
Well, as you can hear, that's the buzzer signaling that your time to speak is up. I'm very
I have a
sorry.
schematic.
No, thank you. I agree that the timer was a little fast. Could you check on the buzzer after the session? I want to make sure it's working properly. All right. Why don't we move on to honors and proclamations? Oh, Deputy Mayor Arnold and Councilmember Sweet will be presenting a very special proclamation motion this evening.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Whereas this evening is the time for an announcement, a proclamation to the people of our land, that this legendary leader is sitting in our theater,
honestly, just let me know when you're ready to turn.
so we know that she is leaving our band.
Whereas I ask my council members and my colleagues to recognize Miss Marchione's great career. She is our champion year after year.
Whereas we join our esteemed colleagues in their statements, we join the spirit of the moment just the same.
Miss Marchione is the best. She has surely passed the test. I say we put her in the Hall of
I remind the council members in attendance.
Yes, Madam Mayor.
There is business of the
to defend the homeless and the needy and their children.
Not the greedy.
She is the champion of our city. I say we vote her in the Hall of Fame.
Hearing no more missions offered for discussion.
Yes, Madam Mayor.
Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Point of order.
State your point.
Madam Mayor, we need to vote on the amendment to the motion before voting on the motion on the floor.
Yes, we do. All those in favor of the amendment to the motion say aye.
Aye.
All those against it? The amendment passes. All those in favor of the amended motion say aye.
Aye.
All those against? And the amended motion carries.
We have voted something special for our colleagues, for our leader, for our friends. With nights it serves and days, but for us it's just the same. I say we vote her in the Hall of Fame. England nights it serves and days, but for us you are the same. I say we vote you in the Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kirkland Performance Center. Let's give a warm round of applause to your host, Kirkland's Mayor, Amy Wallen.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Can we have another round of applause for the incredible Studio East cast, as well as Lonnie Brockman and Sue Bardsley. Doreen, what do you think? Maybe we should look at opening up all the council meetings with a musical number. Wondering if Kurt would be okay with the council special reserve fund going to go into some live music? Well, maybe that's an idea ahead of its time. So I want to thank you all very much for being here to celebrate this very special night with a very special lady. Everyone in this audience is a friend of Doreen's and therefore a very important person. But we are elected, and so we always ask that if you're an elected official or a former elected official, would you please just stand for a moment? We are so well staffed that I actually have a spreadsheet which is color-coded for former and when and what state, what district, but I think it's too long to read. So everybody wants to be here to celebrate Doreen tonight. Doreen, tonight's the night. You said just a small party, nothing's big. I've had a lot of retirements. I just want a small, quiet affair. So hopefully you're okay. We've written a show, we've produced a musical number, we have a dance thing. I think there's fireworks later, something like that. Anyway, we are very, very privileged to be here with you. Back in 2010, when you joined the council, you were interviewed by Currently Kirkland. And they asked, if you weren't an elected official, what would you love to be? And you said, the commissioner of baseball. So, tonight you're our commissioner of baseball. And really, there's not that big of a difference between being an elected official and being the commissioner of baseball. You've got huge budgets, millions of dollars, you're affecting people's lives. You have to be calm, cool, and collected when dealing with, maybe passionate, excited people. And who could forget the endless adulation, people asking for your autograph. So you are our commissioner of baseball, and of course in baseball, the pinnacle of recognition is to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. So that's what we're going to do tonight. And no Hall of Fame induction would be complete without a highlight reel. So we have our very own honoring Doreen.
Welcome to Sports Night in Kirkland, your #1 underground recap show. Rumor has it Doreen Marchione is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Tonight we're going to recap some of her top moments. Good evening, I'm Bob Smith, along with my co-host, John H. Doe.
Tonight we celebrate the historic career of a public servant. Doreen Marchione has a multitude of examples as to why she should be in the Hall of Fame. Tonight we will highlight just a fraction of her work.
With such an important show, it's always great to work with the best in the business. John, you're the best.
Thank you, Bob.
And now, the top 100 Marchione moments, starting with number 100.
Wait, Greg.
It's a Bob.
I mean, Bob, we can't do 100. Remember, Mike charges us by the clip. How about if we narrow it down to the top 4?
All right. And now, the top 4 moments, starting with number 4, the East Side Rail Corridor.
I have a comment that's off of that, and then I want to come back to it, but I wanted the gentleman to know who came in items from the audience tonight, that this is putting together the public process that you want. What you saw in that chart is not the public process, so this is putting the process together both regionally and at the local level.
My, oh my, she turned that one around.
I'm fine with the Transportation Commission taking the lead, because I think even when they come forward with what they think that should be done, there'll be time for us to have a public hearing or whatever further public comments that we need. So I think we're part of
Bob,
that
clearly
process.
we are in the presence of greatness.
Cool as the other side of the pillow.
Number 3 tonight, Ms. Marchione helps Kirkland maintain its AAA credit rating while discussing budget reserves.
We are turning the corner now, and we're going back into replenishing the reserves. If we were still chipping away, then I would say I think we're going to have to look at service cuts. And
You know, John, the only thing in danger of being cut around here is our broadcast, not the budget, according to Miss Marchione.
we've got that minimum 2-month reserve, which is very good to have, and we can work towards where we ought to be.
Turning the corner, Bob. Turning the corner.
I mean, I'm not sure what services, now that we've just restored some, that I'd want to go back and cut.
Oh, you got to love that classic Marchione.
Let's go to the telestrator, John.
Dipsy-doo, dunkaroo. No hocus pocus, Bob. Just focus on that motion.
Number 2 tonight, Councilmember Marchione tells the public, show me the money, when discussing the purchase of the Cross Kirkland corridor.
We have a real opportunity here, not only for ourselves, but for the future of our city. And if we don't buy it, we'd have to look at what are the costs of letting this opportunity go by.
When opportunity knocks, Marchione answers the call.
And now for our number 1 clip of tonight's historic broadcast. Feedback on the 9/1 regulations.
I want to thank the people that spoke tonight and complimented us on the process we've been through, because there were times in this process where it was clear we weren't communicating that this was a process and that we weren't stuck in one place and not going to move.
John, when it comes to marijuana, sometimes things aren't so clear.
And I appreciate your help and your comments. And like Mr. Nixon, I want to take you up on helping us with the legislature.
The gavel has fallen, Bob. This session is over.
Wow, John, what a career she's had.
That will do it tonight for Sports Night in Kirkland and the top Marchione moments. For Bob Smith, I'm John H. Doe. Stay classy, Kirkland.
That's a wrap.
Wow, do you think this video is subject to public disclosure?
Doesn't matter. Our disguises were so good, nobody's ever going to know it was us.
That's true. That is absolutely true. Hey, have a great day, man.
Hey, you too.
Aren't those some amazing plays? That's how we do it at the Kirkland City Council. But seriously, those are just a few of the very amazing moments that we're so proud of and how we're going to have a lasting impact on this community that we all love so much. So let's have a big round of applause for Doreen Marchione. Now, Doreen, another very important part of being inducted in the Hall of Fame is to establish a lasting legacy for future generations. In your honor, we've created the Doreen Awards. So without further ado,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kirkland Performance Center. It's the 2017 Doreen Awards. And now, presenting the Doreen for fiscal responsibility is City Manager Kurt Triplett.
So this is quite the extravaganza, and I want to thank, on the back of your program, the other duties as assigned. I thought I had 5 minutes! The folks on the back of your program, I want to thank them for risking their careers for the putting on this performance. So it is my great honor to honor Doreen and give her the first, to announce the first Doreen Award for fiscal responsibility. One of the most important traits of an outstanding public servant is fiscal responsibility. Without it, we wouldn't spend our residents' taxpayers wisely on projects that enrich our community in ways that are meaningful to them. And as Doreen says, that would be irresponsible. So the 2017 Doreen Award for fiscal responsibility goes to Doreen Marchione! I have just a few words to say on behalf of the staff to Doreen. I was able to share this quote with the council on Tuesday at our last council meeting that Doreen will be at as a council member. Hopefully you'll be visiting us often. It's from Walt Whitman, and it was that says, "A great city is that which is made up of great men and great women." And Doreen is one of the greatest women we have all had the honor and pleasure of knowing. Thank you. And I know everyone in here has a reason why they think Doreen is so special to them. And I wanted to share a little bit with you about why the city staff feels she is so amazing. After every council meeting on Tuesday, on Wednesday we have a director's meeting. And I asked the directors to tell me some of their best moments with Doreen and what she meant to them. And 20 minutes later I had to stop the conversation because it was still going on so strongly. So I'm going to share just a couple of the comments that came out. One that came up many, many times is that she cares deeply about everyone, especially those who are less fortunate than us. It was said that she views city staff as trusted partners, which inspires us to work even harder for the council and the community. She sets goals and she achieves them. She has a legacy of transformational public service. And then I said, can you give me a few words, like the Wordle that we use for our Kirkland 2035? What are some words that you use to describe Doreen Marchione? I was so touched, someone said, love. Can we say love? And we said, yes, we can say love. So that is our first one. We got respectful, respected, visionary, practical, wicked smart, iron-willed, endlessly compassionate, a wise mentor, extraordinary heart, a leader, a pioneer, and a legend. And in one last transformational act, you helped me find out that my fire chief, Joe Sanford, has the soul of a poet, because after we said all this, this is what he said. is that there are many people in the world who have earned some of those words. There are very few people in the world who have earned all of them. And Doreen is one of those people. Thank you. And so on behalf of particularly the directors and the city manager's office staff who get to work with you most closely, and on behalf of the 650 employees of the city of Kirkland, we wanted to do something for you to help you for your well-earned relaxation following this night. And so we have a gift for you. So this is a bench which we are donating on your behalf to the city of Kirkland. It is going to take its place on the Cross Kirkland corridor. Yeah. We'll have a view. It's going to be on the Houghton porch, which is the closest we can get to the view you have from your condo. So you're going to be able to see, you'll be able to sit down there, and people for generations to come will have an opportunity to sit and rest and look out and think about the incredible difference you have made in our lives. And then we have a plaque that's going to be on it that's going to say this: dedicated in honor of Doreen Marchione, retired Kirkland City Council member, celebrating her love of this region and service to people of all cultures, ages, and abilities. And thank you, and yes, we love you.
And now, presenting the 2017 Doreen Award for Transparency and Ethics, let's have a warm welcome for Washington State Representative and former Kirkland Mayor, Joan McBride.
Well, thank you. It is such a thrill being asked to present the Doreen Award for Transparency and Ethics. It's one of the cornerstones of what good government is all about. So the 2017 Doreen Award for Transparency and Ethics in Government goes to, allow me to open this. Are we all breathless? The award goes to, what? I think there's a mistake.
No, that's right. The accounting firm did the
Okay, so the award goes to Toby Nixon.
I have a few remarks.
Here's the red envelope.
Wind it up, Toby. The real winner of the 2017 Doreen Award for Transparency and Ethics is Doreen Marchione. How many of you were as frightened as I was when Toby rolled out that? That was a great moment, Toby. Well, good evening, everyone, and I am privileged to be here on this glorious evening to talk about my friend and colleague, Doreen Marchione, or as I called her for our years on the council, Miss Doreen. Tonight is a night to say thank you and express gratitude from a grateful community. I'm going to try and get through this without tears. I make no guarantees. Forgive me if I fail. Because this evening we are celebrating a woman who is a hero across the region. not just in Kirkland. We celebrate a woman who mentored countless women as they entered public life. As I look around this audience tonight, I see many of you who were mentored by Doreen, and myself is included. While you supported many wonderful men, Doreen, in politics, you were unwavering in your support for women who wanted to serve their community. You took the notion of girl power and turned it into girl power. Strong, assertive, solution-oriented women power. Doreen also instilled in her family a love for public service. In fact, her son, Mayor John Marchione, is in the audience tonight. With Doreen on, With Doreen on the Kirkland Council and John Marchione as Redmond Mayor, there were a few people who thought that maybe the Marchiones were going to just take over the entire east side. Might not have been a bad thing. So Doreen, I love you. Remember, it was about 8 years ago when you and I and Penny Sweet and Amy Wallen and a few friends used to sit around my dining room table once a week, eating scones like they were potato chips. We would talk and strategize about our campaigns and what we hoped for Kirkland. Here are some of my memories of those conversations. You, Doreen. Oh boy, I hope I can get through this. Who wants to read for me? Doreen. You wanted a town where everyone was essential. Oh my gosh. I even had a glass of wine hoping I could get through this. A progressive town that brought forward everyone. Whether you had money to burn or not a nickel to spare, and all of us in between. Whether you were a big business or a cottage industry. Whether you lived in a mansion or in a tent city, you wanted to see prosperity and forward movement for everyone. You also wanted a city government that was marked by collegiality, known for civilized debate and transparent decision-making. And look at this beautiful town. I see the results of your work in every neighborhood and every council meeting that I have been lucky enough to attend since I left in council chambers. What an amazing town. You embody the best ideals of an elected official, rare attributes that we all hunger to see now more than ever in our elected officials. Things like respect and courage, intelligence, common courtesy, and unwavering respect for the office and for the people you represent. The writer Nora Ephron once said, above all, be the hero of your own life. Well, I would submit to you, Miss Doreen, it's not too shabby to be a hero to others. To those you have mentored, to the community and to the region. I'm almost done. And I can do this. Your life is one of beauty and integrity that reaches back in time and continues on. To our force of nature, to our good government guru, our abiding friend, our Doreen. We thank you. We love you.
And now, presenting the 2017 Doreen Award for Biggest Heart, let's have a warm welcome for Washington State Speaker of the House, Frank Cha.
It's a great honor to be here tonight with so many dignitaries, including Joan, by the way. Great job there, Joan. I love the emotion, right? Also, Shelley Klob is in the audience. They represented her from the 1st District. Let's hear it for Shelley. I also particularly want to recognize Toby Nixon, who I really appreciate Toby. for giving me an award from some sort of thing. Was it Coalition for Open something? I'm not sure what. But it was basically, he gave me an award for essentially saying no to Joe McBride on public disclosure. So I'm so glad they're sitting next to each other, because that's the truth. Now, eventually they worked it out, so we passed the bill that was done with Toby's approval, so everything turned out in the final thing there. So I've been asked to present an award here, the Biggest Heart Award. And I share Joan's emotion about this, because when it comes down to these things, it's what you feel for other human beings. So it's my honor tonight to present the 2017 Doreen Award for Biggest Heart to surprise, Doreen Marchione! Recently I saw a newspaper article, and it called Doreen legendary. And I, from the first day I met Doreen, which was back in 1985, I actually thought she was legendary. And I'll get to that in a sec. But I also saw an interview with Doreen with the Redmond Historical Society. Now, what's funny about it is I didn't think there was enough history in Redmond at the Historical Society. Yeah, look, I'll get back to complimenting you later. But they mainly interviewed her for being such a strong woman leader on the East Side. And tell me, that is an understatement. When I first saw Doreen, it was at a meeting of our executive directors of community action agencies way back when, literally in 1985 or so. Doreen was the executive director of the Northeast King County Multi-Service Center, which then, by the way, got shortened to Hope Link. I was the executive director of the Fremont Public Association, and I was the guy who came up with the slogan that Fremont was the center of the universe. But as we all know, particularly this year, that the real center of the universe is Kirkland and Redmond. Right, so I made up for that, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. But when we have these meetings of community action agency directors, Doreen stood out, in part because she was literally one of the few women leaders there, and it's sort of, that was a statement, which has completely changed, by the way. But the other thing about it is that she had this real strength and compassion and flat-out common sense. In fact, I really appreciated Doreen because she essentially was my translator. If you know me, and Joan laughed, she knows me, I get sort of, and I'd say some stuff and I wasn't necessarily articulate, and then Doreen would say, well, what Frank was really saying would save my ass many times, Doreen, so I just want to thank you. But the biggest thing about Doreen is that she just cares for people, okay? She really cares for human beings and for what people really need, the basics, food, a job, healthcare, and a home. And I'm so pleased to see the transformation of political discourse on the East Side because of how it's shifted to not just be narrow-minded municipal activities, but thinking about the broader community for everybody. And she was critical to that, as well as many of you here tonight. So as they say, home is where the heart is. And that's why, Doreen, you received that award. She has helped so many thousands of people. I've been to, the luncheons and other events for the Hope Link and other things on the East Side where it's just astounding to me the amount of good hearts and caring for one another. And she basically has worked with the notion that we should all try to be bringing people together and that we should all strive to be civil to each other. And we should all care for all people, not just some, not just the wealthy, but for everybody. And so to sort of conclude what I want to say tonight is that I'm going to make you an honorary member of the House Democratic Caucus on Olympia tonight. And so when we want to recognize somebody who's really special, and you are really special, our caucus chair, will say the phrase, "Everybody up." Now, to me, that's a great slogan. It's so positive. It's about everybody up. And so he says, "Everybody up," and then everybody stands up and gives a thunderous standing ovation for whoever the special person is. And we know who's special tonight, as well as for the last many, many years. So tonight, you're all members of the Democratic Caucus. Sorry about that. I know that Fred Jarrett's here, so he probably understands. Sorry, Fred. I'm putting on myself there. So everybody, please, everybody up. Stand up and really cheer for Doreen Marchione.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get up and sing along for the 7th-inning stretch. Please welcome to the stage, Councilmember Penny Swede.
Hi, everybody. Boy, are we having some fun out there tonight? Okay, we're gonna hit right now. It's time for us to take our break. Every single council meeting at around 9 o'clock, we take our 7th-inning stretch. So this is gonna be our last 7th-inning stretch with this fabulous lady that we are honoring tonight. So I want you to join me in this tribute to Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Take her out of the ball game, let her just have some fun, fly her with candy and accolades. She should just travel, she's earned it in space through.
I love the Hall of Fame idea, and I think it's pretty obvious why Doreen should be in it.
So when I think of Hall of Famers, one of the common attributes that comes to mind is that they've played for several teams. Doreen is no exception to this. She's been a leader for both the cities of Redmond and Kirkland.
It's not just because she loves baseball and it was a fun thing to do. It's because, in fact, Doreen Marchione has served so long and so well in so many areas.
Doreen in the Kirkland Hall of Fame? Well, it must be because she was such a great leader for the Suburban Cities Association. Why, back in the day, we had to fight Metro, we had to fight the county, and we had to put a stake through the heart of the Puget Sound Council of Governments. Doreen was the leader in all of those activities, and we're better place for it.
This community has gained so much from her involvement and leadership over the years.
And she understands that role of not only passing legislation, but leading in policy.
And she's very honest. And sometimes the honesty would hurt coming from somebody else, but Doreen can tell you when you're wrong. She'll be honest with the voters, she'll be honest with her colleagues, she'll be honest with her friends and family.
She has meant so much, not just to me personally, but I think to the whole city in terms of really adding heart to everything that we do.
The city of Kirkland, the city of Redmond, East King County, and all of King County has been touched by your service over the years.
Doreen is the example of a public servant. She's had an incredible impact in 2 cities and across our region. And in particular, she's had influence that has improved the lives of those less privileged among us.
Her years as the executive director for Hope Link gave her a deep empathy and understanding in human services issues and every other issue that affects people that I think has served us all very well for this council.
The East Side's been known for female mayors because of Doreen Marchione. And being the CEO of Hope Link and just showing the world that smart, talented women, one, can get elected, and two, can be super successful and run major organizations and be a force in the region and in the state of Washington.
Doreen's got high standards. One of the first things she did on the council is got the council to pass a code of conduct and an ethics policy.
The issue of integrity across our council negotiations at all times, she's a pillar.
Doreen's wisdom, experience, and demeanor were key to bringing about the collaborative culture we have on the City Council now.
You are a model for public servants who want to engage, lead with their hearts, and build consensus to get things done.
She's always thinking about how she can be helping people, and I think she brings that thought process to every decision that she makes. That's something that I think all of us on council think about every day.
While flunking is usually not a good thing, in this case we're all happy that she flunked retirement and gave these past 8 years to the city.
Quite simply, fame is based on accomplishments. And Doreen has made such great contributions to the city of Kirkland and to the region that she has earned this recognition, and it's easy for us to make the choice for Doreen Marchione in the Kirkland Hall of Fame.
On behalf of myself and King County Executive Dal Constantine, I just want to say, Councilmember and Mayor Marchione, you are unquestionably one of the great leaders in our region and so well deserving of induction in Kirkland's Hall of Fame.
And while she tells us she's really retiring this time, I suspect we'll be seeing her around. We wish Doreen good health and much happiness.
So I love her, and I want her to be in the Hall of Fame, and I think it's just a moment to be celebrating Doreen.
Yes. Do you want to make any comments or rebuttal of any of the comments that you heard?
Yes.
Last at the council meeting Tuesday night, I had to promise the mayor I wouldn't cry, and I'm not going to promise her that tonight. I just want to thank everybody. This has been such a wonderful evening, and it's been so great to see people come out tonight that I haven't seen for a long time. And it's just so good to see them, but it's also nice to think of all of you who would come out tonight and to honor me, and I appreciate it. I want to thank the staff for the park bench. That's wonderful. And just everything everybody's done. Everybody that put on tonight, put it together, the council for what they did, the Studio East and the kids from there that came out and played the council. That was fun. It's just been a really wonderful evening, and I appreciate all the kind and wonderful things that have been said about me.
And it's not quite over yet.
Okay.
Great.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Kirkland City Council.
Customized a jersey for Doreen. It's a Mariners jersey, and on the back is her council number, her position number.
I don't have a Mariners shirt. So I do now. I can't. No, that's great.
So there you have it, Doreen, your induction into the Kirkland Hall of Fame. You've done so much for all of us, and it's such an honor to serve with you and to be a part of the council. We wish you all the best, and we can hardly wait to be a part of your next retirement party. And here's the other City Council of Kirkland. Thanks so much, Studio East, Lonnie, Sue Bardsley, all of our staff, especially Kathy Cummings, the people who wrote the script, its other duties as assigned. Thanks to the council members, and thank you all for making it such a special night. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.